Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In this one we're going to be doing a 5000 watt conversion on a specialized rock hopper, and I've been looking forward to this build for some time, so hopefully if you're going to do something along these lines I can show you how to make something like this yourself. So I'll just show you guys what I did. So I've pulled the tyre off the old wheel, which is just sitting over here. Took the disc off it, the rotor, which is it's a 160mm rotor. Behind that, what you won't see is I've had to fit like a washer, so it's a rotor spacer. So basically that's what they look like. They're approximately 4mm thick, and what I did was on the inside bit of that I had to file it out a little bit because of this. So if you're doing this kind of a build, you will see one of these on the axle there, and you need to get over that. With the disc, I could slide it through at an angle so it didn't interfere with that. So I was just checking that it weren't touching anywhere, but it sits at a little bit of a higher level. So yeah, you can get away with putting a disc there and it doesn't interfere with it. So that being said, I have taken off the caliper just because I didn't want nothing really scurfing it all up and getting in the way basically. And yeah, so I'll switch over in a sec and we'll start trying to put this together. I do have to get a few little bits because, as you know, it's DIY, so as soon as you come across an issue, like I'll give you an example. So here is where I want to put the fire driver controller. Well, clearly it's not just going to stick there, is it? So I'm going to have to pop a couple of holes with some rivets in there, and these are like screw-in rivets, so you pop them in and it leaves a hole with a threaded screw bit there, so you can bolt to it. So I'm going to try and make up a bracket. I haven't got a welder, so because I haven't got a welder I'm going to have to try and improvise. I've done a little drawing yesterday of what I would like to achieve. Failing that, I'm going to have to find somewhere that can weld it for me. So let's crack on with the build. After a little bit of maneuvering, just mind your fingers when you're doing this kind of thing, guys. I'm not saying we're getting a bit of touch in here. Let's see. I'll try and zoom in on this, what I've done here, but basically what I've done here is I've put some washers on this side to pull the wheel away from the dropouts on the inside a little bit, and what I've done to the washers is I've cut a notch in both of those washers, as you can see, and then that in turn lets the cable come out at a more better angle, really. But that's what I feel. We'll see. It's my first time doing this, so you know, if you come across something like this when you're doing a build, maybe that might help you out, doing a little notch in the washer like that. As you can see, I've managed to get the wheel seated nice in the dropouts. I'll try and zoom that in a little bit more for you. And that's what I was saying about the notch in the washers. So once we tighten this all up, that'll squish those washers, or squash them against the metal piece here, really. So got them down as low as I could, and I'll put this back on the derailleur, and we'll see where we go from there. Just showing you guys around here. Got plenty of clearance in there, so that bit basically would have been touching there, and once you start moving it obviously scratch it all up, so that's the last thing we need. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna serve up that bracket I've made. I'm going to try and line that up central. Bear in mind we're going to have the chain come around there, so I'm trying to just as close as possible and as central as I can possibly get it. I'm just going to make a little mark on here. When I drill through here, what I'll do is I'll do a mini pilot hole, and then hopefully I'll just go into this like step by step, like little by little sort of thing. And if you're coming up against something like this as well, this would be a great thing to do if you're going to make a little pilot hole, just so if you do touch anything it's nothing major, because one of them obviously is filled with mineral oil and the other one's a cable, so either way you don't want to touch nothing. I did try to put a light down here to see anything, but you can't see nothing, impossible, so we're going to try and do that next. Right, here we go. And we're through. I'm just going to quickly get a tool to check to see if we're touching anything there. Hopefully not, so I'll just use a pencil. Oh, thank you, darling. What I'm going to do is just to make sure, as I say, I don't want to be touching any wires. I'm very happy with that. Oh, and they lost the pencil there. Worked out well for me, I think. Obviously I'll be spinning it around to that side. It's only because I've got the nuts there, I'm going to be scratching everything up. I'm just checking the alignment again, so straight into the centre of that. I've literally held that right in place. I've braced my arm on there just so it couldn't slip right in, just enough to take away. It's only, what, a couple mil thick. Right, so I'm really happy with that. So what we'll do now is whack a Rivnut in there. Right, basically what I've done is grab one of these Rivnuts. You can find these anywhere on eBay, anything like that, nice and cheap. I bought a whole set. Comes with this, comes with a couple of other attachments where you can change it to a M4 or an M3. It's a brilliant little piece of kit, not too big as well, so nothing bulky. Right, so what we're going to do is just going to hand screw this on, and we're going to go in here, and once we've got it in there, we're going to give it a nice squeeze as much as you can. Really give it some. I'll tighten this up just to pull it all the way to the bottom. I think that's good enough. And then once you've got it in there, just unscrew this. Yeah, that's super tight to it. Just an example. That's an M5. It's an M4. Sorry, I think I was using an M4, not an M5. Yeah. And that's what we want to achieve. Yep, happy with that. So we're going to repeat the process again. Tell you guys I'm getting excited. So once we've got the controller mounted on here, it's going to start to look more like what I'm looking to achieve. And we're just repeating the process again, as much as you can give it. You want it to sit nice and tight to the frame. Okay. Right, so I was thinking about this yesterday. What I could do is I could load this up, for example, with washers, or
you're not normal, man. It's freezing outside.
That's just my daughter. Right. Sorry, I hung on it. I had to cut it there because my daughter come out saying there's something wrong with me being out here doing this. That's what I normally get. It's all good. Wouldn't have it any other way. We used 4 of these washers for the M4. Let's just see if it clears it. It's close. I think just to be safe, I want to bang one more on. I don't want it touching. And away we go again. And this is just a dry run, just to show you guys. Pretty good, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. So I want to repeat the process. What I'll do is I'll just do it away from the body of the bike, just so I get it right in there and bring it back. And away we go again. That is absolutely rock solid. Still lining it up a bit. Just manipulating it. Yeah, just making sure it's perfectly straight. So in we come with the car driver controller. Now, obviously I want to put the pins facing up on the left hand side because that's the way the cable's running. Have up, well, set up all of the bolts just to show you a rough idea. What I will say, guys, is make sure you've got plenty of little bits and bobs like tool wires, because you're going to need them. And don't worry about if you've not caught anything properly. What I'll be doing is, once I've completed this part of the build, I will be going around the bike with the camera, and you will be able to see everything what I've done. Nice 10. So the nuts that are going on here are 10mm. You can see the pedals glide parts are lovely. There's plenty of space for the chain to get on there. You might see a little bit of movement there, but trust me, that's going nowhere. Just showing you, I've just basically fitted a torque arm on there. I'd originally put the bottom piece of the torque arm underneath the nut, and then this arm here, I got these a little bit thicker than the usual. If you look at these, I may end up changing this to a more solid type of metal clip, nut and bolt, but I did put on a rubber washer or grommet, if you like, just so it didn't scratch up the frame. It's pretty close here, but that to me feels rock solid. Whether that holds out is to be seen, but yeah, for now I'm happy with that. And I thought I'd just show you the process of this. I will zoom in on that if I can, and just show you how it looks here. But like I say, once I've finished, I will go around the entire bike and show you what I've done, how I've done it, and this video is just basically to show you guys how to fit it. So like I say, originally I'd put the first part of the torque arm underneath. I'll just show you what I mean. So this piece here has basically gone underneath here. I've had to reshape that somewhat just to make it fit into the contour of the drop out here, and that's gone in there. And then I've had this torque arm, and as you can see, they're chunky, and that's what I was after. I didn't like the look of that really thin bit of metal there holding the wheel in place, just in case anything goes wrong, because that's what it's for really, to try and hold it into the drop out to make sure it's good. But like I say, that I will go online and research what other types of clips. I've seen clips like a C-shaped type clip, and the whole thing's just a solid metal clip. They use it to hold pipes on the wall and such like that, but I might end up changing that for that. Still keep the rubber grommet because I don't really want to scratch up the bike too much, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hi guys, so on this bit of the build, I want to fix the mount I've got here. it's not the correct mount for this, but it doesn't need to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bit of extreme bond. Just going to mix that up. There we go. That's what I'm after. Imagine once this stuff goes off, that ain't coming off from nowhere. Make sure I cover all the flat edges here and across the centre. I've got plenty on there, so I'll line that up. And just let that go off. Right, now we've got the bracket on this side that's going nowhere. So what I'm going to do is just going to line it up with here, because this is a brand new bike. Get all these little stickers to peel off. Let's say peel me, but that ain't going nowhere for now. Right, now you can see the bracket that's going to go on the handlebars. That's well and truly glued on, that's going nowhere. Let's serve it up to the handlebars. Excellent. I'm just going to grab the nut and bolt. Just going to slot the nut into the back of this. Whoever wants to go in. Tricky little sausage. And there we go. A lot of the jobs when you're building something like this is just tricky little finicky little things. I'll try getting the shot a bit better, sorry guys. Just line it up. When you're riding, you want to be able to see nice. I'd say that's about right. Double check tightness. It's going nowhere. And now we've got the DKD display mounted on the bike. Right guys, so finally, after a lot of hard work, believe me, I've managed to get the wiring sorted out on the bike. I was going to film it in the beginning, but yeah, it just started to consume too much time and I just didn't have the room or the space to just film it all really. But I will show you before I start wrapping it all up properly and making it nice and tidy on the bike, just what I've been up to. So if you can see down here, this has been a pain to sort out, but managed to sort it out with a bit of help from e-bike guy. Thank you for that, mate. Yeah, so cut a long story short, I will be going over every bit of this, what I've done and how I've done it. and I will show you exactly what I have had to go through to sort it out. I mean, I know this looks a mess at the moment. I've got the on-off switch hanging off. Nothing's wrapped up. I thought I'd just do this part of the video just to show you just exactly. It has taken me so long to get this video sorted out and up to a bit of a standard where it was a step forward, really. So bear with me. Thanks for staying and waiting for this to be completed. I know I've taken some time, but believe me, these things, you just, if you're new to it, it's quite tricky. So I'd say just make sure you've got your good glasses on and you know what you're doing, with help or without. Just take your time, all right? And yeah, let's crack on with the video. Right, here we got the 3-speed switch, and I've had to connect those up to the colours that are matching, but as you can see, when I've bought this extension cable here, the colours weren't matching up, so I've had to improvise, and I'll do like a little drawing, like a little schematic of what I've done and how I wire them all up. These are the display wires. If you're going to do something like that with a DKD display, here's the DKD display. Positive, negative, blue and white is positive, and the yellow wire is your communication wire. As I said, I will be showing a little drawing I've put together to help me navigate through that. And yeah, the wires down here, these three here are this 3-speed switch link from the other side. That's your ignition, the orange one. I've used a JST connector. I've had to source everything and just start from zero sort of thing. So if I ever come and do something like that again, I've got everything I need. And that's your one line. Yeah, very important. Positive, negative. I've had to, if you can just see in there, I've had to borrow a different colour wire, but I've just covered it in shrink wrap to, you know, indicate that it's a black for negative. All right. And yeah, still got to get the chain back on. I've gone through a learning mode with this. The whole thing's been a learning experience, to be honest with you. And I'd say just from giving it a little test up in the air, it looks serious. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with, I'm going to glue these all in. So now I know it's all correct. It's going to be set in place permanently. Yeah, that's your Bluetooth connection device. It's an older model. I didn't know that you can get these in black, the newer models, and you don't have a Bluetooth dongle thing sticking out, and you can have an internal Bluetooth device, and it comes in black, which would have gone with the colour scheme of the bike. But hey ho, I've spent too much money to go back now, and I'm just going to have to crack on and try my best with what I've got. And yeah, I've got the throttle up and running here. Everything's running. Thinking about getting rid of the gears, but I'll come back to that. And yeah, I just want to tidy it all up. So just so you can see the progress of that at the moment. Just if you want to know what kind of motor it was, just like that. Yeah. And yeah, looking forward to getting out and giving it a test run now. So I'll catch you guys in a bit. Here we're just going to glue these in to position. I haven't got any black glue, so clear glue is going to have to do. Next you're going to see me start to wrap up the cables that are running down the left hand side of the bike here with some insulation tape, and where you can see me wrapping up there is where it joins to the monitor and the free mode switch and also the power on and off switch. So I'm just wrapping it up nice and tight, ready for cable tie to go over that. You'll see me slide on the on off switch just to get it in position, and then once I've put the on off switch on the handlebars, I'll move over to the throttle and I'll wrap up the throttle cable and the gear cable that runs to the derailleur, just to make it look nice and tidy there. And then once I finish that, slide the grip on and that's all done. Right guys, yeah, so finally completed the build. Excuse the hair, but yeah, just been giving it a quick test ride, and yeah, I'm really happy with how it's performing. I had to mess about with the parameters a little bit, which I will try to show you guys in case you're trying to do something like this yourself. So now I'm just going to turn the camera around and show you the bike. And there she is. Say she, it's a beast. Just going to go in on it. Got to sort out the wires here. I will be trimming away some wires. This is just like a quick test ride, and as you can see, display all up and running. Hope you can see that. Yeah, job complete. Really happy with how it's turned out, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this puppy can do. So basically, we're rocking a 72 volt 30 amp hour battery. I've also got a far driver ND72 360, and that's a 5,000 watt motor on the back. So that 72 360 far driver controller will squeeze every last bit of that out if you want to do so. So without further ado, let's go for a little ride, shall we? So this is me in first gear. Sorry about the wind, I'm using the Ace Pro, so I haven't got a wind protect for that. But as the throttle fully pinned back, and so it's in kilometres, I haven't changed it, so it's jumping up between 49 and 52. I've now taken it into mode 2, and as you can tell, we are picking up speed. Went to 103. Oh my god. It is third gear, mode 3. Holy shit! Hey! This is what I'm talking about. Why? Days, I couldn't even look down. I forgot to put my glasses on. The wind, I'm surprised you probably couldn't hear anything there, but I'm telling you, oh my god, I've created an animal. It's still in mode 3, and it's like a nice build up. It's not like you hit the throttle and bang, everything's there straight away. It comes in like a really smooth transition, like but powerful. Make no mistake. That's like, here we go. Like, I'm in mode 3. It's building up, building up, building up, building up, and away we go. Let me slow down for this roundabout. Yeah, once you're moving along as well. Yeah, no mucking about. Let me just dodge these. It's so smooth. Oh man. Oh my god. I briefly looked down, I saw like 130 in kilometres or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think that was the top speed, man. Oh my god. Oh my god, hold on a second. Let me have another crack at this, guys. Just find a nice little, look at that. Keeping an eye on the monitor, the display. 127, 131, 140, 141. I'm sure I saw 143 there. Holy shit. I'm going to have to ask Google or something what that is in miles per hour, because I have no idea. I think it's about 15. I can get more out of this. That sounds crazy saying that. Sorry about the wind, guys. Let me slow that down, because it's a little bit windy. So basically what I'm saying is, I was just playing with the parameters a little bit. I can get way more out of that. Do I need more? Probably not. Can I achieve more? Absolutely. That's just monstrous, man. That's ridiculous. Oh man. There we go. Effortless. Look at this. Oh mate. Right. There'll be more on this one, guys, and that's the test run out of the way. All right. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.